Yeah, this is a great question. Advice on love. So it's pretty simple. Just see the best in people. Every single person that you meet, there's something about that person that you can compliment. Abraham Lincoln used to say, to paraphrase him, that I don't like this man. It must mean I don't know him well enough. And I think that's really the case. You have to step aside and take the person's politics, physical appearance, their mentality and personality, and all these other things, and just take them out for a moment and just look at that person and play an exercise and say, for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to find something to like about this person, something positive to say about this person. Many of you know, for example, that I have strong disagreements at times with Vitalik Buterin. But as an exercise, it's pretty easy for me to compliment him. He's a genius and he has a high degree of internal integrity, and he's an inspiring leader for the people who like him. And I fully acknowledge that. And that's how you get to love is that even in the people that you most strongly disagree with, you have grievances with, and in some cases you think they personally harmed you. You can find aspects of those people that are good and positive, and you can build from there. It doesn't mean that you concede all the things that they've done wrong and you forgive them and you let all these things go. Um, that's a different matter, but it does mean that you can at least acknowledge their humanity and see greatness in that. You see this a lot in sports where people have legendary rivalries with each other, like Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady or whatever, and they have a great degree of admiration and respect, even though they're fighting against these guys and they're doing everything in their power to make that person lose. They can respect that that person they're playing against is a worthy adversary. In business, you see this as well. There's plenty of great entrepreneurs in the cryptocurrency space, and we got outplayed in the Wyoming stablecoin side, for example. I didn't imagine that the processes of Wyoming could be so broken that Consensus could install their own guy and Circle can install their own person and they can just run buckshot over everybody. Because in the long term, it's not going to work. But the intent wasn't to actually build a stable coin. It was to derail Wyoming's stable coin and deny the state actually having something viable. Because the greatest possible competitor to Circle was the Wyoming stablecoin if it was built the right way. They go around the world telling everybody, well, we're Ned Flanders, we're Mr. Regulated. Look how great we are. Look how smart we are and how capable we are. No matter how regulated you are, you're not a US state issuing an asset. That's a different matter. You can't pay your taxes with Circle, but you potentially could with the right structure of a Wyoming stablecoin, but it had to be built in a certain way. So the easiest way to get rid of that, if you can't politically get rid of that, is put your own people in and then build it in a way which creates incentives for people to basically destroy it. It's pretty clever. You got to admire them for that. You do. You know that they know how to do this, embrace and extinguish. Wall Street does it all the time. So you learn from these things and you say, all right, well, we got to cover our six a little bit more and be better at this type of stuff. And that's fine. You move on. But love is that's where love comes from. Is that just feeling of respect and admiration and finding nice things. And then there's a wonderful thing you can do called loving kindness, compassion meditation, where you just meditate and try to really find a way to love everybody around you. And there's plenty of books written about it and these other things. And the people who do it, they live incredibly well. That's why you see those smiling, happy monks like Matthew Ricard, or others who've been Buddhist meditators for 40 years, whose names I can't pronounce. Sorry, I don't speak Vietnamese and Hindi.